Alrighty, so today we have another gizmo. Today's gizmo is looking at density. This one's actually a pretty simple gizmo. You can probably figure this one out pretty quickly. But again, I just want to make sure I show you a model of how to use this gizmo. So I'm going to share my screen again. And today's gizmo is called density. Again, it should be in your class setup. If you log into Gizmo Explore Learning, it should let you play with it as long as you want. If you do not log in, it can give you a 5-minute timer. So if you see a timer running, that lets you know that, hey, you need to be logging in. Remember, it should have been your Boone County username and password, but some of you did not use those username and password when you set up your account. So you kind of need to remember your setups, okay? Especially for students, I'll maybe have somewhere at home where I write down all my usernames and things like that, just so I don't forget them. Eventually, you should use the same one over and over, or you should use a totally different one over and over. But again, making sure you have some way to remember those username and passwords. Pretty simple on this. Density is mass divided by volume. So we're just going to be looking for mass. You're just going to pick them up, drag them, and you get a nice little noise. It's going to tell you what the mass is. And then by volume, all you're going to do is put it in here. So notice that right now it is at 400 milliliters. I'm going to put it in here. The volume rose 100 milliliters to 500. So the volume is 100 milliliters. Okay, it started at 400, went to 500. Volume is 100. You can also put it inside of this liquid here. In water, it is going to sink. In oil, it is going to sink. In gasoline, it is going to sink. In seawater, it is going to sink. And in corn syrup, all right, this thing's going to sink in all of them, right? So let's maybe try an apple. Apple weighs 33 grams. Graduated cylinder is 44. So again, subtract the 2 there. And then let's see. Oh, it's going to float in the corn syrup this time. What about the gasoline? Ooh, it kind of suspends itself in the gasoline, but you can see that it is slowly sinking, which tells us that the density of gasoline and the apple are probably very close to each other. What about oil? Okay, it floats in oil. Water, it floats in water as well. Okay. All right, so we can try a golf ball. Okay, golf ball is 45 grams, 36 milliliters. And it sinks in water, which if you play golf, you know that. If you have a golf ball, it will fall to the bottom of a lake. Oil, it sinks. Gasoline, it sinks. Seawater, it sinks. And in corn syrup, it floats. So again, pretty easy gizmo on this in order to collect data. Really not a lot you can do on this one. But again, you have tools here. You can do a screenshot. You can do arrows. You can drag an arrow over here, and you can say, hey, where's my golf ball here? You can point to my golf ball if I want to. There's lots of different things that we can do here with this gizmo. There's not a lot, but there's a few little things we can do. All right. As always, if you have any questions, let me know.